on, Fit Fams? Coach Rye, Functional Flex, Team FFLEX. I'm coming to you guys right here to tell you what is happening as a requested video with the judging in bikini competitions and where it's heading, where it's been going. What are they actually looking for? This is the question we want to know the answer to all the time. I've actually been conducting some interviews with some of the head judges, the top judges, and putting together a free ebook I'm gonna have for you guys and girls. Well, mainly girls out there. Some guys though that are coaches, but you know, for you to get an idea of what the judges really want, what they're actually looking for, and where you should be focusing your time and your energy if you want to compete in bikini in this sport. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys right out the gate, there is a massive misconception out here about what is actually required to compete in bikini. A lot of coaches are programming people to be way too lean, putting them on way too much cardio, way too many low calorie diets, trying to chisel you down to basically where your percentage of body fat is so low that your skin becomes like paper on your abs and stuff. And girls are trying to get six packs, they want veins in their abs. You know, they got way too lean, you guys. I'm going to tell you the truth right now that was the biggest thing last year they were marking down for at all the national competitions. Girls that were too lean, that thought they were going to steal the show, they were going to come in and win the fucking show, and all the other bikini girls that are not that lean are panicked and worried. Well, guess who placed and guess who didn't? A lot of the girls that were quote-unquote softer girls did not actually did place in the competitions, where the ones that were shredded lean, you could see every thread of every muscle in their body, were like in the last call-outs. And the reason for that being is they're not trying to turn this sport into bodybuilding, you guys. The bikini category, if you go look, if you're a bikini competitor now and you don't know where this sport started, please take some time to go ahead and Google and look back and see where this thing actually started. You will look and see the Olympia competitors in the first years of bikini that look like the most amateur girls right now. And what I mean by that is they were a lot softer. It was a lot different. The roots of where we were coming from in this sport of bikini competitions was largely based on being just that, a bikini type competition, you guys, not this kind of bodybuilder body that's wearing a bikini. And a lot of coaches right now are coaching this bodybuilder lean kind of style, and oftentimes it's because they're bodybuilders themselves, for one. I think there's a lot, to be honest, of negligence out there of these guys and these women that are figure competitors, etc., physique, whatever, that are not bikini competitors. They don't know what the bikini category needs, but they're coaching people the only way they know how, the only way they've done, etc. Now we get all these competitors coming out here that are way too lean, way too muscular, way too this and that, and they're not doing it as they should. And plus, you guys, ladies, it is not healthy for you to be getting to those low body fat percentages and trying to sustain them, trying to maintain them, or even just getting their period. It's not good for your body. You're going to shut down your hormones in a lot of cases. You're going to shut down your metabolism in a lot of ways, and it's just not good. You're going to rebound some weight. You're going to have a lot of problems. You'll probably develop an eating disorder, to be honest, if you start trying to do that kind of stuff, because it is so unnatural for your body. A lot of coaches also pushing drugs and other things, performance-enhancing drugs, steroids, and other cutting agents, and all this kind of stuff to help you get leaner, more drier, more shredded. It's all bullshit, you guys. It's the wrong approach. And it's not even just my opinion. I mean, it is my fucking opinion. I think it's bullshit, and it's not what's required. But it's also the opinion of the judges that actually matter. Now, here's the thing you got to understand about judges, you guys. Depending on what comp you do, what part of the country, where it's at, in what country in the world, what federation, all these things, they're going to look for something different. And the truth of the matter is, every single judge judges the way they want to judge. They judge in their own mind. It's subjective to what they like, what they see, what they want, etc. There is a very limited standard as to what is actually required if you want to compete in the category, you guys. But it's very vague. If you look up the actual notes on all these federation websites, etc., it'll tell you what they're looking for, blah, blah, blah. It's always going to say some level of muscle base, must wear a two-piece swimsuit, must have some level of conditioning. But this does not mean that you should show every muscle thread in your body. You should have all these different cuts, and you should be this kind of freaky bodybuilder lean if you're a bikini girl. And we're seeing this come out in more and more of the actual judging right now. A lot of girls last year got marked down for being too lean. I know some personally that were not being coached by me that actually came to be coached by me because they were told they were too lean. I can think of like 10, 15 girls that had that happen to them because they were coached too lean. They didn't place in these competitions at the big levels. Regional shows, you guys, I mean smaller shows, you're just doing a show in your town or something like that, it's hit or miss what's going to happen there. You can bring a variable amount of physiques. You're going to see a lot of different things show up. You're going to see girls that are definitely not lean enough. You're going to see girls that are right in the middle. You're going to see girls that are too lean. And depending on what the judges like on that day and at that time, that's going to dictate who places, but it doesn't actually set the trend for the sport because it's not a big show, it's a smaller show. So I always tell people when they want to know where the trends are going, what the judges are really looking for, you need to look at the shows where you can actually fucking get pro cards. Okay, if that's your goal, you want to get pro cards, you got to be looking at the national shows. And at the national shows, conveniently enough, you guys, we're going to see the same judges. So we don't have this variable kind of amount of judges coming out that every regional show, like you could do the same regional show 10 times and it could be a different judging panel every single time, 0 of the same people. That can actually happen. That does happen. At national shows, you're oftentimes going to have a very small pool of judges that are going to be cycling through. You're going to get seen by a lot of the same judges. Your feedback then is going to be the ideal feedback that you need to get into where you want to be, get the pro card, win the shows, get the overalls, do whatever you're trying to do, okay? So I always say it's much better to take advice from the judges that are the ones that can give you the pro cards, these national level judges, Sandy Williamson, all them that can actually steer you in the right direction to get where you want to be and get into the pro leagues, okay? So the judges' notes from Sandy have been for years and continue to be that bikini competitors should not show muscle cuts. And what that means is you should not be like chiseled down to where you can see each part of your deltoid. You should not be able to see your quad cuts, okay? You should not be able to see each muscle in your quads. You should not be having hard chiseled abs. They don't even care if you have abs, actually. Like, this is focused on way too much by so many girls that think they need to have obliques and abs and all this. If you do, it's just an added bonus. Like, some of these girls that compete are fitness competitors, or fitness coaches too. So they're doing like combat classes and they're teaching all these cardio classes and these weight classes, and so they're gonna get abs and stuff like that. Naturally, they're gonna have those. It's fine if you have them, but it's not required in the sport. That's something you guys, these ladies out here need to really understand, and you guys that are designing these programs that are pushing way too hard in the wrong direction. They're looking for a physique that has muscle base, shape, and symmetry. Okay, that is the most important thing. This is the thing that is neglected so much. So many girls are sacrificing muscle mass, sacrificing getting the kind of muscle base they need and the shape they need to attain to compete in this sport just for the sake of getting lean, trying to get more shredded, trying to dry out. They're sacrificing all the stuff that they actually need to compete in the sport. You guys, conditioning comes later. Conditioning is important and you do need a level of it. You can't be overweight, obviously, in doing these sports and placing well. But if you don't have the muscle base and you're trying to be lean, it doesn't matter how damn shredded you get, you don't have the right shape, the symmetry, and the proportion, you're not going to place there either. Okay, so what you need to be focusing on, ladies, is your muscle base, your symmetry, and your shape. I'm going to say it again. Your muscle base, your symmetry, and your shape, okay? And that's what we're doing in posing. Think about your posing, right? Each pose is designed to show symmetry from upper to lower body. Front pose, side pose, transition poses, into the back pose, all these are designed to show symmetry from glutes to shoulders to waist to quads to everything. You guys, it's all tied in. Symmetry and shape is what wins competitions. That's why you do posing routines. That's why you have to take time to pose and tweak your posing and perfect it so that it shows your best symmetry. It's like people have forgotten that the basic of the sport is having the muscle base and the right shape to do this in the first place. You can be as lean as you want, it's not gonna matter if you get on stage and you don't have any of the muscle base to show any kind of symmetry and shape. That's gonna mark you down every single time. So that's the first thing you gotta prioritize, ladies. That is what the judges are really, really looking for right out the gate. And what that is symmetry from in the back pose, for example, glutes, hamstrings to upper body, shoulders, and kind of just your width, really. It's actually your symmetry from your upper back to your glutes and your hamstrings. Do they look symmetrical? Is the shape there? Upper glutes rounded, etc. All these things come into play in how it is. You're obviously not even showing your back off in this category. So a lot of bikini girls are overtraining their backs, trying to get these traps and shit. they don't even show when you got your hair down with your extensions and stuff like that. And they're not looking for that muscle definition. They're not looking for that separation in your upper back. They're not looking for the traps and the lats and the rhomboids. They're looking for the symmetry from upper to lower body. Same thing comes when we're talking about the front pose. We need strong delts. We should be able to squeeze the glute into that image somehow. Whatever way you pose, it's gonna be different for everybody. You don't want overbearing quads. You don't want cuts in the quads. You do not need cuts in the midsection. What you need is flat abs, okay? You don't want to obviously come out with a little bit of a beer belly or anything like that, or having anything in that nature. You need to have flat abs. That's what they asked for. That's notes direct from Sandy in my interview back to me. They should have a flat abdominal. That's it. It doesn't say you need a 6-pack. It doesn't say you need a 9-pack with your obliques and every thread of your ribs showing and all this shit like we're seeing over and over done here, okay? The point is, bikini girls are not bodybuilders. They're not designed to be bodybuilders. Bodybuilding is a different sport. It's a different division, you guys. It's like so many people forget this. Everybody kind of blankets all these into one thing. They're like different sports entirely. That's like putting football and basketball in the same exact arena and say, oh, it's about the same, so fucking coach them the same. They're two entirely different sports. The skills required and everything you would need would be different from football to basketball. No doubt, there's no question we would ask about that. But when it comes to these physique sports, we just kind of put a blanket statement on them and say they're all the same, whatever. Yeah, eat asparagus, eat your fucking brown rice and your chicken, do it 6 times a day, diet down, get lean, get lean, get lean, go compete. That's not how it works. Bodybuilders, you guys, maximal muscle definition, maximal muscle size, maximal muscle mass, period. That's what bodybuilding is, the physique that's built, and then you got to show it off. You should have a low body fat percentage if you're a bodybuilder, okay? You need as much muscle as possible, and you need low body fat percentage to show it off. You want to have veins and shit. You want to have every cut in your body to show, because whoever has the most muscle in this sport wins. They will win if they are the most big and the most defined. That's what wins bodybuilding. Bikini competitions, no, that is not what wins bikini competitions. So stop training like you're a bodybuilder, ladies. Stop having a coach that's a bodybuilder if they don't know how to do anything besides bodybuild. That is a huge problem, and we continue to see it. Ladies, your sport is different. What you need to bring up is different. What you need to show is different. It is not bodybuilding. It is not figure. It is not physique. It is not fitness. It is none of those. It is fucking bikini. And that's the thing you got to remember. You need to compete in your sport like you should for your sport, okay? It sounds like common sense when I say it. I know. I keep hammering it out. It's like, Ryan, we get the point. But a lot of you don't, because you're still worried about how lean you are. You're still worried about how chiseled you are. You're still worried about this and that when you don't even have the muscle base to even care about your conditioning. Okay? And that's the truth. That was the biggest thing we saw last year on the stages, is that too many competitors coming in way too lean. That being said, this year, 2018, we're in April right now, I think. Fuck, every day is the same. We're in April right now. The physiques this year, they're going back towards a more old school type look, okay? They're definitely not going as soft as that look was back then, but they're dialing it back. All the notes that you're gonna see the head judges pushing right now are saying, do not come in with muscle cuts. Do not come in too lean. Focus on your shape and your symmetry and your proportion. Bring that to the stage. Get the right conditioning, but don't be over conditioned. You guys, go look at the people that are winning the shows right now. Go look at the pros. Go look at all of them. They're not the most cut people on the stages ever. Guaranteed. There are girls that are way too cut, getting pushed out every time. It's just at the Arnold saw this live. There was a bunch of people. Everybody automatically assumes, by the way, that the leanest person's going to win. It's not the case. So everybody's sitting in the crowd like, oh yeah, that girl has it. She's definitely got it. She's definitely going to take it home. Nope. Didn't happen. Wasn't the thing. Not the play. Not the game at all whatsoever. They were pushed out. They didn't win. They didn't place. The girls that had the right symmetry and the shape did. Now, you can have the strong abs, you can have the obliques, whatever. That's variable. You need to have the other two things in place. You need to have the right symmetry, the shape, and the right conditioning, okay? And it's not this freaky level bodybuilder conditioning. Bikini girls need to get this into their minds. For one, it is extremely hard for you to attain that naturally, okay? You should not be trying to get to these fucking like single digit 4, 5, 6% body fats as a female competitor for one, and also as a natural one. You're gonna kill yourself trying to do it. And that's why we see a lot of the horror stories. We hear about the girls that are doing so much cardio, their hair's falling out. We hear about the girls that have hormone problems for years and years, metabolic damage. They have rapid weight gain where they gain 30, 40 pounds. They can never lose it again. They go through all kinds of thyroid issues. All this stuff's going to come up if you try to push your body to an extreme it's not even supposed to be at ever. It's not attainable. It's not sustainable and shouldn't get there. It's literally like starvation mode, going to fucking lose your shit or die kind of mode. That's where a lot of coaches are pushing, trying to get to this bodybuilder level of leanness in a category that it doesn't even fucking matter for. And I keep hammering this home because it is so important and it is so overdone. I'm tired of seeing these calories down sub 1,000. I'm tired of seeing 900 calorie diets. I'm tired of seeing fucking 3-4 hours of cardio in a day, 2 of them fasted. I'm tired of seeing fucking 3-hour weight training routines on top of all that. I'm tired of seeing that all together, the low calories, the overtraining, and the overdone cardio, because you're trying to get a physique that you don't even need, that's never even going to allow you to place, but it's going to damage you permanently for a long fucking time. People don't seem to understand that if you go take performance-enhancing drugs, it's going to change the way that your body operates for literally the rest of your life, no matter what. It's not just cycle off and everything's normal again. You've changed your hormone profile. Same thing if you do it by shocking the system, by jamming it up, doing these different kinds of things where you're going to mess your metabolism up and your hormones up and you're going to do all this. Now we're in a spot where we can't recover from. You got years and years of rehab to do. You got years and years unhappy. You've heard of the post-comp depression. You've heard of the post-comp blues. That doesn't come because now you're not on stage. That comes because you've changed your fucking hormone profile and that shit is whack, trying to figure itself out again and to sustain you. We're a survival mechanism as a human being. Our goal is to survive. If you purposefully act like you're putting your body on a desert island, doing countless hours of activity with extremely low calories, putting in all kinds of crazy fucking strict diets and all this shit that's unsustainable and not healthy in the first place, your body is going to think it's in dying mode. It's in fight or flight 24/7, and it's going to act accordingly to keep you alive, which results in a lot of things that we do not want in our everyday lives, you guys and girls. This is so important. You got to understand this. If you're a coach and you're watching this, you need to know this. If you're a competitor and you're watching this, you absolutely need to know this. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people pushing shit that don't know what they're talking about, that don't know what they're doing, and they're just telling people to do the same bullshit they did once or twice or whatever. It's not the right approach. You need a custom approach. You need something that works for you, and you need to make sure that it's taking you to your goals. If your goal is to compete in bikini and do well and win and go pro, you need to train like a bikini competitor, not like a fucking bodybuilder. And you got to get this through your head that this is the most important thing for your goals in the sport and also for your overall health and the rest of your fucking well-being for the rest of your lives. Now, that was getting heated and was coming at you, but the point is, you can't underestimate this. The look this year, we're bringing it back towards the softer look, not this unsustainable lean, not this muscle cut, chisels in the delts and the quads and the abs and all that. They're looking for the best symmetry, shape, and proportion with good conditioning. That is it. And if you make it any more complicated, you got people trying to shove all this shit down your throat. They're trying to charge you too much money, I guarantee you, and so they're trying to justify all the crazy shit that they want you to do. And really, you guys, that in itself is just another fucking scam. That's another rant. That's another video to talk about. But today, what they're looking for in bikini is exactly that. Do not waste your time trying to look like a bodybuilder, put all this energy, all this effort, destroy your fucking body on so many levels to try to place where you never can place if you look like a bodybuilder. Coach Rye is out.